the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Boston Celtics in Boston. Taking a look at the Celtics, they've been playing terrific basketball to start the season. They're showing all the signs they'll be able to keep that momentum going too, looking more and more confident each time out. Well, the Pacers certainly have the defensive side of the game down pat. Very strong defense for them for several seasons running. The problem, Shaq, the offense. How do they make the most of their possessions?
Well, they don't have the personnel to get out and run, so they need to be very smart, especially when they slow it down. They have to minimize turnovers.
Well, to me, the best.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance display. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. They've got Turner. Collison is out there with Victor Oladipo. Then it's Wilkins. And it's Young in at the 4. Hayward goes in. The dish to Horford. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Now here's Collison. Young, right side. No luck, so the Celtics will take it the other way. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Austin with the ball. After the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Now here's Collison, the fast break opportunity. Wilkins kicks to Young from 13, and the jumper falls for him. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. It's Brown with the drive, and he jams it with authority.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
Well, Doris, an interesting game. Moments ago, you had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. What do you have to say?
He talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how they'll have their work cut out for them dealing with him. He said Horford's just a complete ball player. He does all the things you want from a big man. He can shoot, handle, and pass. He's always a tough matchup, but it starts with matching his energy level. Kevin will see if they have what it takes.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Here's Collison. After the basket by Boston. It's deflected, but he gets it back. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Young's got his second basket. The Celtics have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Irving attacking.
And really epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Here's Young, and finally they hit one. Young's got 6.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Well, last year for the Celtics, they weren't exactly world beaters at home. Still good enough, though, to get the job done.
Yeah, just a game over 500 here in Boston. Not great, but at least it was over 500 for a young up-and-coming team. And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
The pass to T. Irving drives in, out to Hayward. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Hayward's got his second bucket of the night.
And, you know, for the Celtics at home, they were able to get wins by playing tough defense in front of their rabid fans. Their offense virtually the same as when they were on the road. The defense was the difference at home.
Now here's Turner. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And as you said with the Celtics, it was the lead at home that helped them get wins here. They'll want to be better than one game over 500 this season to get back into the postseason.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Indiana also making some changes. Jefferson's checked in for Turner. Big Daddy comes in for Wilkins. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Here's Rozier. The feed to Baines. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Joseph, the pass to Big Daddy. Oladipo goes in. Rebounded by Smart. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Celtics passing it around. 1:39 left to play in the first. Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He said almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed him.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minutes limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
The Monsters checked in for the Pacers. Screen by Jefferson. And Joseph kicks to Jefferson. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Now, here is Morris. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. 1:03 left in the first quarter of the game. Joseph, the pass to Big Daddy. Buried from 15 feet out. 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Now here's Smart, guarded by Oladipo. And the wide open shot from Morris. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Morris has got himself on the board with 3 there.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
There's the pick. Oladipo, good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Joseph, that's good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Hayward comes in for Marcus Morris, and Irving subbed in for Rozier. Now Irving, an 11-point game for him in the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Hayward can't hit. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Collison is out there with Corey Joseph. Then it's Wilkins. Then there's the monster. And it's Turner in at center. Now here's Collison. Looking for his first basket still in this one. To the inside. Sabonis, the pass to Collison. Clock at 4. No good with the triple. Celtics trail by 4.
Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it. Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons, and has been a contributor and an impact player on all of them.
For Darren Collison, played a career-high 35 minutes a game last year. Seemed to help him find his rhythm, Greg, on offense.
And his coach had confidence in him, and boy, did he deliver. Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that hip injury shut him down after 45 games, but a positive season for him to build upon nonetheless.
Now here's Joseph. He's coming off a 10-point game against Orlando. Turner trying to free himself up. Kept alive by Indiana. Second shot opportunity, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more. The free throw line.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
And the Celtics making a change here. Rozier's checked in, and the Pacers also making a change. Young's checked in. Here's Rozier. Pass to T. And T is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Boston making some changes. T's checked in for Brown. Smart comes in for Irving. And Gordon Haywards is subbed in for Rozier. Now here's Joseph. He has 5. Shots good from Young.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here is Collison. Now the pass to Joseph. Fires the 3. Wilkins, no good. Pacers didn't have the year they wanted to last season. Still, their defense was right near the top.
Exactly. I mean, that is what this team's culture is all about, defense. And even in a down year, they were very hard to play against for other teams.
Here's Joseph. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Joseph dishes to Turner. The kick out to Wilkins. Now here's Joseph. Tight defense on him. Young's shot is off.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Smart. Puts the move on. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
In their last contest, guys, he was conscious from the foul line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the strike. And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. G comes in for T. Brown, he's checked in for T. And Irving subbed in for Gordon Hayward. Now here's Collison. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. That is good. And the Pacers lead by 5.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
Knocked loose from 8. Joseph, that's good. Joseph's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pacers.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Brown. And Baines kicks to G. Nobody near Irving. And he gets it to go from the corner. Irving's got 4 this quarter.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Pacers. Al Jefferson is checked in for Turner. Big Daddy comes in for Wilkins. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Joseph. Now here's Collison. And the foul on Al Jefferson. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Smart with the ball, guarded by Oladipo. Smart with the ball. 5 points in the game. The shot, no good. Nice D from Oladipo. And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, 3-point free throws. But I like his work ethic and his confidence.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And talking about Victor Oladipo's improvement, a lot of it has to do with his work ethic. Also his pregame film study, something his college coach absolutely raved about. And all of that showed up for him big time last season.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Al Horford, he's checked in for G. T comes in for Brown. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Marcus Smart. And that one's good, Irving.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good. And you know, back to Oladipo, we always talk about 5-star phenoms coming out of high school. He was just a 3-star guy. He's had to work for everything he's gotten, and I think that served him well. He's got a hunger and drive that you can't manufacture.
Clock at 6. The drive by Collison. Here's Big Daddy. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got 5 assists tonight.
Oh, man, how about the last-minute decision there to pull the shot down and get a better one for your teammate?
Baines takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that 2-hand.
Now here's Collison. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Great open look there. And the Pacers lead by 8.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the 3-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
So it's the Celtics now, after Indiana gets the 3. Here's Irving. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin, but you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
Now, here's Oladipo. He had 10 points in the win against Orlando.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Celtics trail by 8.
And this should be the last possession of the quarter.
Exactly. I'm right with you there, Greg. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. Make sure you get the last shot here.
Passes it to Horford. 1 second left. And so we wrap up the first half. Pacers lead by 8. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
All right, Kevin, here with Coach Frank Vogel. And, Coach, things were going your way early in this ball game, but you let them climb back in it. What broke down?
Well, we started the game exhibiting championship-level passing, which is what we're preaching. We got a lot of good looks, got an early lead. We didn't pay attention to their strength. That's how they got back the game.
Coach.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. So it's Indiana who's out on top at the half. They have a solid 8-point lead. Shaq, let's get your opinion on their game so far.
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
Kenny, how'd you think the Celtics were playing?
Can this team please get fired up on defense? I mean, get angry, get upset. Guys.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. One guy who's getting it done is Thaddeus Young.
And in terms of points in that first half, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
T is out there with Horford, and it's Hayward. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Brown in at the 3 spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. The rebound by Young. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Magic.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Here's Hayward. Puts up the baby hook, and it's Boston with another. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Hayward against Collison. Young, a screen on Hayward. They double him with Horford. And taken away by Brown. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's Irving. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Darren Collison.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Rozier, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And the Pacers call time here. Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
And arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. Here's what Boston's going with right now. Smart comes in for Kyrie Irving, and Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Rozier.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. Young was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thank you, Doris.
And, you know, Kyrie Irving really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher, too. He's so creative and crafty. Terrific at the rim with both hands.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
A wide open look here for Oladipo. Hands it from downtown. Oladipo's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And one thing about Irving's ball handling, he does a great job of protecting the ball. A very low rate of turnovers for a player as aggressive as he is on the bounce.
Nice shot by Smart.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Young, a screen on Hayward. And Oladipo, here we go.
And for Victor Oladipo, guys, last season you saw him continue to make strides in his game. He has the build to be one of the best guards in the league, and he's on the right track right now. Very excited for his future. Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Oladipo. He has 12 points, and he's also been picking up some nice assists here and there, too.
And Clark, that needs to continue. When he has an opportunity to get an open teammate the ball, he has got to make that a priority.
Pacers leading by 3. As you said about Oladipo, he has a bright future in this league after playing at Indiana, already stepping into the leader role with the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, and what I like most about his game and the way he plays is that he contributes really in every facet. I'll use a baseball term. He's a 5'2". I mean, he really does a little bit of everything well, and he can make a big impact even when his shot isn't falling, be it on the glass, with his passing, or his defense.
Hayward kicks to G. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 3 assists now in this one.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
And Oladipo, here we go. And the shot is good. Oladipo's got 9 points now in the quarter.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And, you know, Gordon Hayward was involved in one of the more fascinating NBA draft stories. It started after his father confirmed that Gordon would submit his name to the draft but would not immediately hire an agent.
Yeah, reportedly, Dad created a highly detailed 2-page questionnaire that he gave prospective agents, which is not something that's typical.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for... And T subbed in for Brown.
And on the topic of Hayward hiring an agent, it was reported that the questionnaire was just the beginning and that prospective agents also went through quite a grilling in addition to that. You talk about a thorough process.
Brown is checked in for Boston. Kyrie Irving comes in for Gordon Hayward. Now here's Irving. He's guarded closely. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You know, back to Hayward, obviously his first NBA contract was subject to the rookie wage scale, but his second contract, 4-year max deal. So whatever the Haywards have done as far as agent vetting, it's paid off.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Corey Joseph. Oladipo, the pass to Collison. With some arc, it's hauled in by Brown. The Celtics have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. And there's the pass to T. For the lead. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. First trip to the line for him here. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. He's perfect from the line this time. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. There's a good screen. Pass to Big Daddy. Off the screen. Rebound, Boston. Here's T. Count that one. And the... Celtics lead by 4.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Jefferson, a screen on Irving. A drive by Collison. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Celtics leading by 4. T, the pass to Baines. Over in the corner, Brown. Shoots from the baseline. Wow, way off on that one.
Here we go, Boston. Now coming onto the court are yours.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Pacers trail by 4. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Turner is out there with Young. And there's Collison. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Wilkins in at the 3. Here's Young. And good. Got the friendly. Bounce off the right side of the rim. Young's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Pacers. Hayward, right side. Can't get it to go. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Now here's Collison. He kicks to Joseph. Down low, here's Young, and it's sent back by Horford. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Horford. And some changes here for the Celtics. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. G comes in for T. And Marcus Morris subbed in for Brown. 5 to shoot. It's Collison top of the key. The rebound by the Celtics.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Here's Morris. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Morris has got the lead up to 4 now for Boston.
That's a heads-up play there on offense. The pump fake cleared the way for the nice layup.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Collison against Hayward. Young, a screen on Hayward. A drive by Collison. Indiana again missing.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Morris. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
And Indiana. Making a change here. Oladipo's checked in. Pacers trail by 6. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Turner. Great positioning on the putback.
That's purely a hustle play there. Getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in, well done.
And that's, a quality you see any strong offensive rebounder possess. And we saw it right there.
And guys, effort is also a talent. You've got to be willing to work if you want to make plays like that.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thank you, Kevin. Brad Stevens had some words for his team over the break. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Al Horford's checked in for Aaron Baines. T comes in for G. Brown is checked in for Marcus Morris. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Hayward. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 13 points for Gordon Hayward.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Hayward's got 10 points in just the second half. Hayward against Collison. Young left side. Shot from 16. And it's sent back by Horford. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Oladipo for three. And good on the basket. Book it.
In order to cut into this lead, I think one of the things they've got to do a better job of is crashing the glass.
And there's the foul. And Darren Collison picks it up. That's his third foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. T comes in for Brown. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Gordon Hayward.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
So he comes up. Empty at the line. Pacers trail by 3. Outside Collison. They set the pick. Dishes to Oladipo. Feeds to Turner. Got a piece of it. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Irving leading the charge. Here's T. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. Al Horford. He's checked in for T.
That's his second personal foul. Checking in for your Celtics, Al Horford.
Now here's Smart, guarded by Oladipo. And here's Smart, down to 5 on the shot clock. No good off the back of the rim. Pacers trail by 3. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Big Daddy. And Baines pulls it down. The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. They get it back. Smart dishes to Baines. It's stolen by Oladipo. Here's Wilkins. That's tipped and out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. .105 left in the fourth quarter. T defended by Wilkins. Here's T. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
And those free throws will mean a ton now. It makes it a 2-possession game.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're behind by 5. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And a new group in for the Celtics. G's checked in for Aaron Baines. Brown comes in for T. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Smart. And it's Rozier in for Irving. 55 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Passes to Big Daddy. No one near him. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Excellent feed from DC, Darren Collison.
And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. Here's Rozier. Count it!
Big time finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
And the Pacers call time here. They're trailing by 5. There's 37 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
They need to get a quick bucket here. If there's more than 24 seconds left afterwards, they can try for a stop. If there's less, they'll have to foul.
Boston making some changes. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. T comes in for Brown. And Irving subbed in for Rozier. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Oh, perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right at it.
Not only perfect execution, how about perfect timing, too?
Hayward goes in, connects.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
And the Pacers call time here. They're losing by 5. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Marcus Smart's checked in for the Celtics.
Substitution for Celtics. Marcus Smart.
Outside Collison. Here's Turner. Sinks it.
Great shot. Had to fade back, but he still managed to drain it.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Collison for 3. And Boston with the rebound. And so they foul intentionally.
That's his 4th personal foul.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
He'll be at the line shooting 2.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Oladipo for 3, buries it from outside.
My goodness, how about the degree of difficulty on that shot?
When you're hot, and he is absolutely scorching.
And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Gordon Hayward.
You got to love Gordon Hayward. He's going to get you rebounds, he's going to get you assists, and you know he's going to get you points. And there's a motor on this fella that will not quit. Hayward never stops working. He's one of the most exciting stars in the league.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith.